Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, how are you all doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. So we're here today with episode 1 of season 5 of The Expanse. Oh yes, The Expanse has returned, which is actually kind of a good time, I'd have to say. You know, this being December, near Christmas time, I think it's going to be a very jolly time. Now, I don't actually know whether these will come out weekly. That's my assumption, of course. But I did go on Amazon and I saw episode 1 was that. I was like, okay, alright, season 5, episode 1. So, as you all know, I've done reactions to all of the Expanse from episode 1, season 1s to, season 5, episode 1. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, at the end of season 4, we had a lot of changes that were happening. We had Claes Ashford perishing. We had Avasarala being no longer in charge. So we actually have quite what I would consider quite a few interesting paths for character. Now, obviously, we have the massive Mars plot going on as well. So we do have a lot of interesting stuff happening. Now, I purposely didn't watch the season 5 trailer. I believe someone actually told me to watch it. I specifically told them that for shows that I react to, Sorry, I've got a little bit of a dry throat. But for shows that I, react to, I specifically avoid watching the trailer. So in terms of like what's going on in the trailer, or so on and so forth, I don't know. I haven't seen it. All right, I didn't even know this was coming out because again, I didn't watch the trailer. If I watched the trailer, there would probably be a date, and I'd be like, okay, perfect, it's coming out today. I don't know whether it came out today. Nobody has told me about it, so I don't actually know. But again, I saw. I guess should be able to tell. No, it doesn't show me. But I'm assuming it came out recently. That's my assumption. So just from that perspective, I'm very much excited. This one is called Exodus. Now, as I do with all these episodes, I will be trying to do these, as they come out. But again, I'm not 100% sure when they do come out. But as I always do with these videos, the first episode, if you want to watch the full length, it will be linked in the description down below. It will be available to everyone for free. Usually it's a Patreon tier. But for the first episode of a season, I always, release that for free for everyone. Now, what I'm actually the most interested in for this season, honestly, is probably the Mars plot. Shocking, I know. It's probably the Mars plot. You'll usually consider, following the Rocinante. But the Mars plot with Gunny, and then obviously Gunny being like Avasarala, you asking me to work for you. Is that still an option? Like, to me, that's like, okay, all right. We're about to have we're about to have the two. I can't say two most interesting because I feel like all the parts are interesting. But at least, well, we'll have the part that I consider the most interesting at the moment, which is the Mars section, combined with perhaps politics, the internal politics of Earth. That's obviously debatable considering Avasarala's current position. But we will have some interesting we'll have some interesting plots happening, I feel like. So I'm actually very, very much interested in how this episode will develop. So I would just say, let us hop right in and see what season 5 episode 1 has in store for us today. The reason why like Mars currently is the most interesting thing to me is because I feel like the other side was resolved. That's why. If it didn't feel like it was resolved, that would probably still be the most interesting part, but I feel like that part was a mistake. That motion blur effect is strong, going very strong. Slowly decomposing, eroding, exploding.
Those fragments. Can you give me eyes on the array?
Yeah, coming right up.
Go on then. Go on then. There's gonna be some abnormality with it, isn't there? As there always is.
What the fuck?
You'll be in.
Got a hull breach, deck 6.
Damn it.
Everybody gear up!
Oh, that would scare the living daylights out of me. If I just saw that.
Good to go.
No!
That's freaking. Right. Y'all. Look, man, alright? Marcus and Naros, I was like, alright, that guy's a smooth talker. Those guys right now, I'm like, okay, those guys are scumbags. Actual scumbag. But if you're on a research trip, right, you never ever, lesson number one, never ever say, we're unarmed, please don't. I'd be like, I would, not a peep.
We have an OPA informant there who's familiar with the Inner-Rose faction. This is your son.
That's gotta be awkward and weird and strange and delightful. Yeah, if only you knew what he's become. He did keep his promise, though. Damn, this is why I could never be an actor or actress. Tears.
And archaeologists continue to speculate about the function of the ancient machine.
Mate, I wouldn't go anywhere close to that.
Could have wiped out the builders, seemingly in an instant.
I wouldn't. After the Great Flood, after everything you've been through, I wouldn't be. No, I would. I don't know. On one hand, I wouldn't be anywhere close. On the other hand, my curiosity would instinctively lead me to be there.
Like one. Late and Jenny for changing bounds.
You snore.
No.
Just like that.
No.
One look. If it looks. Well, they don't snore. But she most certainly does.
No, what could happen if you don't?
Is that a threat? It most certainly is. My goodness, these guys are fools.
There was a time I got caught in a reactor crawl space when a coolant pipe blew. And that coolant is radioactive as fuck. Hits the open air and it vaporizes just like that. If you get it on your skin, it ain't good, but it washes off mostly. So
I do about 130.
you have to ask yourself,
Do you want?
how much damage do you think I can do to you in 2 minutes before the knockout gas gets Because I'm betting it's a lot.
Sooner or later.
I love this dynamic here, right? He came into this cabin, they were trying to like shit talk him. He's like, look, just a look. And they shut up. Now these guys come in, they're like, oh yeah, let's talk shit here.
Why you do that?
And he's like,
A
right.
ship like this, we know we have to pay. They come after us now.
That Mercury,
Where are you
nope,
going?
he was.
I'm gonna go take a shower.
You crazy, kid. You know what they're gonna do in there.
Let him try.
I hate waiting.
I missed you. I missed you, Amos.
I didn't do it for him.
I ain't gonna pay. Yeah. Wait, I don't need to see the rest to know where this is going. I don't need to see the rest where this is going. Yes, he's bleeding. But... Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Oh no.
Every one of them was wrong, catastrophically
Yes.
wrong.
Yes.
If there's any more of it out there, who knows what it'll do next?
Oh,
I'll tell
most
you, I think
certainly.
You know what it'll do next.
I don't.
And if you do, you have a responsibility.
Mate, just get some more drinks,
to let
alright?
people know.
Stop talking and get some more drinks. Jesus.
Brother Yakuman, that's this side of series.
Hey,
Haha.
hey, hold in.
This is why I don't want to be friends with a reporter. Really grinds my gears. Yeah, of course she's gonna eat it. Free food! That's exactly what she wanted. She literally just came there just to get free food. That was her whole initiative. She got more tattoos than she did previously. Like, she's always had that, you know, slightly on the left where the kind of like where the vein is tattoo. But I haven't noticed this one before. Granted, I don't look at girls' chest. I'm not like that. But like, I don't recognize that one.
I'm gonna have brain damage is not the way to sell me on this, son. How many people has this artifact killed?
None so far.
And nothing else like it has been found on any of the other colonies.
Not yet.
So in other words, what you're worried about is pure speculation.
Look, man, right? Isn't it... I've got so much to say about this, honestly. This guy's been at the heart of everything. Anyone's word, his word should be the most credible.
Believe it or not, the world will go on without you.
For how much longer? For how much longer? Maybe for season 5, but definitely not for season 6. I can say that much. And everything that will and everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Murphy's Law is a thing for a reason.
I should have called ahead, but
What do you want?
I want to see you and Melis.
He's away. Field trip for school.
Oh, hey.
Come on. Come on. Give him a
I
chance.
needed to talk to you.
It's Neva.
You don't get to know.
Ah.
You're not a part of our lives anymore.
Oh.
I don't owe you any closure.
Oh. That was a true 1-2 combo and punch.
Now, we're 2 weeks away from the planet. My friends are...
Sure, no problem. Hey, I love you.
Ow! Don't! Oh no! You say it back. Oh! When the response, ooh, my goodness. Man, now I feel bad, but he can't. He has not just kind of. He has brought this on himself. What kind of seat is that?
Didn't want to interrupt. Looked like you were having a moment.
Thanks. Yeah, I was just talking to my kid. Oh, whatever it is, I'm sure you'll fix it.
This talk is
Why?
terrible. Oh, this talk is terrible.
Because you're you, Bobby. Gotta stay positive.
I'm staying realistic. Some things can't be fixed, and sometimes you're a fucking moron to try.
Oh,
Okay, that's no way to be. Look, I came all this way to patch things up with Talissa, and
How's
she
it-
pretty much slammed the door in my face, and she had every reason to. But once she cools down, I'm gonna call her,
just
we're
gonna
gonna talk. I'm still talking to Melis.
Jesus
so he's-
fucking Christ. If you wanted to be your son's hero, you should have shown up 3 years ago.
What?
Get it through your head. It's over. Move on.
Bobby,
oh my goodness. It's just like the. Oh, he's on the saddle. Oh, is this like a shit on Alex day? Well, we didn't. He hasn't done anything to deserve all this. This is rude. He has done. Okay, look, man. He's not been there, but. Oh, I feel so. I genuinely feel sorry for him.
At my side. It's only gonna make things harder.
I'll stay aboard the freighter. At least then I'll be close if you need any help.
You can't help me.
Bro,
with
what do you
this.
mean? She underestimates her son. She underestimates my.
I don't want you to.
Oh. This is my responsibility. Yeah, she's gonna get herself killed. Look, man, Philip. He's gonna be like, "You want mother?" Oh well. Like this guy is indoctrinated to the nth degree. No amount of words. Do you think you showing up and be like, yo, I'm your yo, bro, how you doing, Philip? It's me, your mother. Do you think he's gonna be like, oh, mother, you came. I'm gonna be a good boy now. This isn't a Brother Grimm's tale. Even Brother Grimm's tales aren't that happy. They, most of the time, actually aren't happy at all. Because they're German folk tales, so... German folk tales are friggin'... Yeah. That's what I'm gonna say, friggin' horror stories. That's what they are. Not the Disney kind.
First of all, I didn't start it.
No, that's
and
not-
second of all, they were all alive when I walked out.
That's not what they are.
We're not here for a with your escort. This way.
Escort? Oh my. Yeah. Well, hello there. Oh, are they... Wait, she's still in a position of... But are they about to, like, team up?
You look like shit.
Like
You look
Amos,
amazing.
Gunny, Avasarala.
What are you doing here? Thought you were like Queen of Earth.
Not anymore.
Sit.
You see, the whole time he was like the alpha. Basically what he said was law. Suddenly the roles have changed.
What's this for? For teaching me how to walk in my boots. To improve and accelerate UN immigration to the Ring colonies. Personally appointed by the new
Nah, that's an
Secretary
insult.
General.
That's an insult.
She
Literally.
thinks it's funnier than telling me to go fuck
Yeah,
myself.
literally doing the opposite of what you wanted.
That's a coin toss, so don't get too excited.
Too late.
Damn. Like dangling a carrot in front of a rabbit. And it knows it never will get it, but it will still try. She's doing the exact same thing that friggin' Class Ashford did, alright? I would be here with 50 people on a ship, machine guns, everything ready. Not just like, oh yeah, haha, we're going on a tiny little shuttle. Like, I look at this, I'm just like, no way. Like no way. You can watch that image 100,000 times and that still won't represent the image that you have of your son in your head. Separated. Gonna become a real estate giant magnet. I do love how like he just wrote over Murph. I just wrote Amos.
Make them feel ashamed. Men always gonna hate the thing that shamed them.
He's good with speeches, I will give him that, unlike his son.
We can teach them to fear us. To hate us. To hate us because they fear us.
And you can tell in his voice that he's like, oh yeah,
When you
convincing.
are weak, you can be surprising. And when our day comes, when we surprise them in all their strength, on that day they will fear us.
Talkers are 12 days, 7 hours, and 30 minutes impact. That's it. Wait, episode 2 is out? Huh. Interesting. Well, that's the end of the episode, but like, episode 2... Okay, churn. I thought it was only one episode. How many? Oh no, 3 episodes are out. Wait, they were all released. Oh, so they released. Did they release 3 episodes today, or are they releasing like all the episodes today? And like 3 episodes have been released. I'm not actually sure. Okay, I know what I'm doing tomorrow then. Episode 2 and 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, interesting. Interesting. First of all, let me move this here and talk a little about the episode. Great way to start. I have to say, great way to start the season. What I very much liked about this so far is that it seemed like everyone has their own character arc. And, you know, we've had all these characters together for the last 4 seasons. That like now having them all separated, now having all of them have their own arcs is gonna be very interesting, because I feel like the character that I always felt like in a way was almost like a passenger. It's kind of funny. I feel like the main character that I always thought was a passenger. Kind of funny considering that he always was the driver. Alex, yeah, I've always wanted him to have a character. I think I mentioned that during season 4 as well, where I was like, oh, Alex finally is having some spotlight, and he did have a little bit spotlight more than usual. But like, I still feel like there is so much that could be done with him, and I don't know whether this is the final season, but I do feel like this feels like a final season. Like you have all the plots come back, as in like you have his family come back, Alex's family come back. With Amos, you kind of have his past, and that leading his current, his present motivations. With Naomi, you have obviously Philip and Marcos in order, and then you still have like the overarching plot with like the proto molecule with Fred Johnson, and you have Gunny. I wouldn't say her like overarching plot. I wouldn't even know what her overarching plot would be, but like, you know, she got involved with the proto-molecule, and that's basically where her story has started and where her story has led to. But now that she's working with Officer Rala, perhaps she can find the answer. So I actually very much like that. I like the fact that like all these characters that we've loved, you know, that we've seen, loved, watched, admired, are now all separated. Because usually at the beginning of a season, you know, we always have them separated for like an episode, and then like by the episode 2 they're all together. That's obviously not the case right now, and it's obviously not going to be the case because they're all separated, not just, you know, by by like locations within the same space. They're now separated by space itself. You know, some of them are on Earth or going to Earth. Some of them are on Mars. You know, they're all in different areas. They're all in different places, and that's why I feel like, yeah, we're actually gonna, there's actually gonna be quite. My lips are dry, like extremely dry. The second I start speaking, they just turn super dry. But like, I've actually not seen. I know I'm wearing Stranger. I'm getting off. I've not actually seen Stranger Things, so maybe one day I'll watch it. But yeah, I actually really like that we're having them all separated, because that will, in a way, it's a negative. In a way, it's a negative because that will mean that like the story will move significantly slower, because, you know, giving every character a spotlight, making everyone's character progress their story, it's going to be quite difficult. Of course, you know, it's not going to move as quickly and as smoothly. There might be an issue with pacing. You know, that's the thing that I can foresee with this this season. That like there might be an issue with pacing. But I feel like in a grand scope of things, like it would make it a very interesting season if they handle it correctly. And this show hasn't really done anything wrong, so I wouldn't see why they wouldn't handle it correctly. And I feel like there could be a very good, a great payoff when like all the plots combine again, like say episode 6 or 7. But as of right now, I'm very much intrigued to see where it goes. Now, Alex, I felt sorry for him in this episode. I'll be honest, I felt sorry for him in this episode. It's just one of those situations where it's like, yeah, really, like, your actions led to this, but that doesn't mean I can't feel sorry for you. And it's probably because, you know, we followed him a lot closer that I do feel sorry for him, whereas usually I probably wouldn't. But because we followed him so much and we actually know his actions, you know, we know the actions that he took and the actions that he didn't take, I guess, that now I can be like, yeah, I do feel sorry for you. I do feel sorry for him. Amos was funny, right? Amos was actually funny because the whole time, like, he was the alpha. When he was in, like, the cabin and whatnot, you know, he was the alpha. You know, the second other two people tried to talk to him, he was like, no, shut up. The second they tried to enforce him, he was like, no, shut up. But, like, second he went to Avasarala, you know, and he was like, can you shut up, please, ma'am? She was like, I'm in charge. Yeah, that's how you know she was a politician, right? Because like everyone else, he was able to shut up with, you know, a look, with, you know, force. He was able to silence. But the one time, you know, he goes up against someone that has no force, right? Quite literally, isn't trying to be imposing in like a physical sense, in like a threatening sense, but someone that is just in charge, right? Like someone that is imposing because of the power that they have. You know, with a snap of the finger, he could be history. And so going, it's kind of cool that we see like the dynamic from, you know, him going to like people that try to guide him, try to direct him, try to silence him physically. You know, he's now he came up against a person that basically shut him up, basically silenced him verbally. And I very much like. I loved it. That was brilliant. I have to say that was absolutely brilliant. I'm a huge fan of that. Now Naomi, again, I think she's getting herself into a lot of trouble. If there is any point she's gonna die, I feel like it might be this season, because this season has to do with her son and Marcus as well. And like that's been built up since, I want to say season 1, episode 8. The time when we met Fred Johnson, right around there, like season 1, episode 7, season 1, episode 8, give or take that, when she was like, you know, I want you to promise to find someone for me. You know, it's been built up since then. So like, this could be the end of her character arc. You know, if she finds her son, maybe, you know, he won't be convinced, and then maybe ultimately she'll be able to like turn him to the good side, and Marcus will be like, no, you'll not turn him into the good side. And then he's like, I'm getting rid of you, Naomi. And he's like, gets rid of her, and then Philip just like jumps in the way like, no. And he's like down, and she's like, yeah, she does like, Marcus, you pay for that. And Marcus will be like, no. And they'll both hit each other like, chew, chew. And then Naomi will be like, and Marcus will be like, the OPA, the faction, yeah, viva la revolution. And then they both perish alongside Philip, who took the bullet for... No, I don't know. But like this could be the end of a character arc, I do feel like, and usually that's not a good thing, because usually when it's the end of your character arc, usually when your character arc is coming to a close, that means your character is coming to a close because you're dying. So is she gonna die? It's kind of like I said as well during the episodes, where like you feel like if she would have died, you know, if she were gonna die, she would have died a lot sooner, because she's been in such a dangerous situation. But then again, this is about her. This is now that it's split up, it's a lot more personal. You don't have the safety of, oh, we're in a group. You don't have the safety of, oh, plot armor. But like right now, it's like, yeah. That's the situation we're in right now. It was like, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but we will see. Episode 1, yeah, I don't know, episode 2 or 3. I don't know whether they're just uploading, they're just uploading it in batch and it's coming out as I'm speaking, or whether that's still episode 3, or whether it's coming out like 3 episodes a week. I'm not actually sure. But episode 2, it will probably come out on YouTube in like 2 days from the time that this video comes out, just because of the editing and everything else. But yeah, so far, first episode, Exodus, quite like it. Quite like how, not necessarily how we like continue from the last episode, like from the season 4 finale, but more so how we're all split up, how we're all separate, how we're all going our own path. I have to say, I really like it, because I feel like it could make a really compelling story. So I'm actually very much looking forward to seeing what episode 2 and episode 3 has in store for us. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's it. As I said, if you want to see the full length, it will be in the description down below, free for everyone, available to everyone. Besides that though, I will see all of you on the next one. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out. And as always, bye. Hey everybody, if you like this video, please be sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of these kind of videos, be sure to check out Patreon to get 1 week early access as well as full length. Until next time everybody, peace out and have a nice day. Bye.